Well, what a dramatic game that was, and in reality, a result that could cause irreparable damage to both sides' Premier League aspirations. A draw that puts Liverpool top, yes, but will allow Manchester City to go 3 clear tomorrow, and a result for Spurs that puts a top 4 finish in Arsenal's grasp. They can go 4 points above Spurs if they win tomorrow. And I think the faces of both sets of players actually tell the story there. They both know there was opportunities to win the game. They both know that a draw possibly is not going to allow them to do what they want to do this season. Let's start with Liverpool. How damaging for their title credentials do you think, Robbie?
It's huge, you know. I think we all said before the game, I think Liverpool were strong favourites and you probably needed to win. It's just making it really, really difficult. We know what the result, the implications are. I think the result now makes Pep Guardiola's team talk so much easier tomorrow. All the talk of Manchester City losing midweek, it's going to be a tough one. This result's just give everyone a little bit of a booster. Well, he had a spell, didn't he, just after the goal, where he probably broke a couple of times more and caught Liverpool on the back foot a little bit, and he had a couple of chances then. So Liverpool were obviously rushing and trying to push forward and trying to get that equaliser, and he had a few chances as well. And Rio just mentioned that last one on the break there. But he's got to score. I mean, if he scores that, imagine the lift that gives everyone at the club.
Can you imagine the City players though? They've been watching this game, or the result will come through. Can you imagine? Robbie touched on it before. How galvanising that is for that team.
What are they saying now on WhatsApp? Those players.
Focus, tune in tomorrow. Not that they weren't already, but there's now an extra oomph. There's actual a belief. There's now a carrot there. Whereas before it was like everything was focused on what had just happened before. Now actually we're looking forward. There's a chance to win the Premier League. That means that's a massive, massive thing.
If they win now tomorrow, do you think that's it for Liverpool's title chances?
I'd have to say yes. I think the standards that these two clubs have set, they don't lose many, they don't draw many, and you'd expect City to go on and win every game now. Listen, we said before the game, I think this was the potential banana skin, because Tottenham, defensively, they had bodies behind there. But what Tottenham have got that a lot of teams haven't got is 3 players up front that can hurt any team, and they proved it tonight.
And I see Robbie there studying the games to come. You're looking for a glimmer of hope, and I think you're probably struggling to find one.
No, I am, to be fair. I think what Liverpool now, they're after favours, aren't they?
I think Wolves away is a tough game.
I think they should beat them, shouldn't they? City are. I mean, look, we know they're a quality team, and they'll go to most probably teams in the Premier League and pull out a result. They are after favours. You're open. West Ham pull a good result, and in particular the last game of the season, they're playing Stevie G's Villa.
Coutinho, last-minute winner.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? What do you think? You've been in this position. You've seen titles slip through your fingers. You've seen your team go and win it right at the death. When you look at the remaining fixtures and you look at the points on the board and you think about the momentum, where do you now see this title ending up?
I think if City win tomorrow, I think the momentum shifts straight onto their toes, and they're the team now. Or I feel will run away with it. But I think that game tomorrow is pivotal. I think they were a real low ebb this week. Really bad way to lose a game out of the Champions League, which they were trying to win, obviously. And their morale would have been so low. But I think today's result, and then you compound that with a win tomorrow against Newcastle, I think then I think they got one hand on the title.
And Jurgen Klopp said there, he said, look, nothing's decided today. It goes on as it would have gone on if we'd have won the game, or even if we'd have lost the game. And the graphics machine, like all the footballers at this stage of the season, is also quite tired. But I think we've managed to just give it a little bit of a boost. And hopefully this time the graphic will be correct. So sorry for scaring the life out of anyone that thought Liverpool had 4 games to play rather than just 3 games to play. But indeed, they do have those 3 games. Away at Villa, away at Southampton and home to Wolves. Meanwhile, Manchester City are home to Newcastle, away to Wolves, away to West Ham. And as Robbie said, up against Steven Gerrard on the final day of the season, which could be interesting. And I suppose the message from Klopp needs to be this, forget about today, just concentrate on the fact we've got 3 games left, and if we perform like that, we're going to win those games. I mean, the performance was strong.
These games you look on paper during the middle of the season, and you think we'll blow these teams away, it's fine. But then you go into it sometimes maybe a little bit tentative at times, and that's about controlling your emotions, controlling the way you feel, your nerves, and that plays a big part now, and that adds a different layer to these games. So I still think there's maybe another 1 or 2 twists before the end of this season, I've got to say.
All right, well, I'm pleased we've cleared up the correct title race for you. We're going to take a very quick break. Well, when we come back, we'll hear from this man, Antonio Conte, a man with a plan. He came here, he knew exactly what he wanted his players to do. It may have frustrated Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool's players and Liverpool's supporters, but it worked for them. In fact, they so nearly won the game at the end. We'll hear from him straight after the break.